Mr. Ditchfield has committed the biggest sin you can commit in a town of entertainment. He's bored us, Diana. He's boring us with his cannabis stuff.
Colin and former Mayor of Rhyl, Diane Hannam, have organised a meeting of prominent members of the community to deal with the Jeff Ditchfield crisis.
Do you think he's a clever man?
Cunning is the word you used once, isn't it?
Devious.
My wife and I chose to be drug-free. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we even avoid tea and coffee.
Right.
Simply because we wanted to set a good example to our children. And I'm pleased to say that they're now all grown up, they're all well respected in their communities, and they are, like us, drug-free.
Mr. Ditchfield has not got any medical qualifications, has he?
Not as far
So
as I know.
why should you be, allowed to actually give drugs to people? I mean, let's face it, NHS, you've got to be a qualified doctor to prescribe drugs. You can't prescribe things to people like that.
Okay. Alright, Doreen. So, how often have you used cannabis? Did you say it was only the once?
I've used it once in Spain when we were on holiday.
Okay, and you found it to be helpful when you smoked it?
Very helpful.
Because he talks about supplying it free, but is he planning on funding his own little National Health Service? Or is he just using this as a cover for making more money out of other sales of cannabis?
Well, the best thing you can do is experiment.
Experiment.
Because it isn't going to kill you, despite what you've read in the papers. But if you smoke too much, you can have what's called a whitey. And that basically is you go very pale, you feel nauseous and sick, and you can, some people, do throw up on it.
Why are we wasting our time talking about it? Because we know he's using that as a cover, don't we? So why are we wasting our time?
Yeah, well, we're not talking about drugs or drug abuse. We're talking about ill people who are getting benefit from a natural herb.
Somehow or other, he is going to construct a scam so that he will walk away with more money than he arrived with. Otherwise, he wouldn't be interested.
The reason we have this Bud Buddies scheme is because that's what it's about. It's about Bud, which is the cannabis, and Buddies, because we all stick together. So if you were sat at home smoking your cannabis, you could be arrested. But if you were, then they have to come and arrest all us Bud Buddies, because we all stick together. So it's like if someone else gets busted, we all stick together. So we basically say, we know we're all criminals, but it's like 100 of us.
That's right.
So, if you want to lock up 100 people, then, do it. But I'm pretty sure the Crown Prosecution Service, when they realise they're going to have to bring 11 people from all over the country, some who are so ill, they're going to need, they can't come on the train, they're going to have to come in an ambulance. They're going to have to, they can't stay in a hotel, they're going to have to stay in the local hospital. Now, I know, as well as you do, there isn't a jury in the land which is going to convict 10 or 12 sick people for using something that they can't get from the doctor anyway.
And also, it's worth noting that the murder rate in Amsterdam is 3 times higher than London.
Mr. Chairman, could I just point out that hashish gave rise to the word assassin?
That's right, Yes, that's right,
Yeah, I can lean on me if you want.
You want to give you a donation anyway?
Okay, there's a donation box here.
It was Jeff's Bud Buddies that came to the rescue the last time he was charged with cannabis possession. Since then, he's frantically strengthened his arsenal of Bud Buddies to over 100. He's drawn up a contract that stipulates in return for free cannabis, the Bud Buddies must be prepared to stand up in court on his behalf at any time.
Yeah, this is a nice guy, very, very ill. He can't sleep, he's got spondylitis in the spine, he's got rheumatoid arthritis in all joints since 1996, diagnosed with asthma in 1989, colitis 1982, migraines from 1988, heart problems 93 and 2001, bladder problems, blood problems, high cholesterol, embolism of the heart, lungs and legs, and high pressure in the eyes, all of which cannabis would help. This guy is on 62 prescribed medications per day that he has to take. I mean, this file is full of such other tragic cases that conventional medicines can't help with. They do their best, but they're not as effective as cannabis.
With ever more sick people to supply, Jeff has struck a deal with a network of trusted growers willing to donate a percentage of their crop in return for protection through his Bud Buddies scheme. He takes us to the secret location of one of his Medi-Grows.
This is one of our Medi-Grows. Cannabis of what I would class as a medicinal quality retails in the UK for 160 to 180 pound an ounce, which, you know, makes it a very expensive commodity. Considering that your average home grower, it probably costs them less than £10 an ounce to produce it. It's a pretty good rate of return. But if you're growing cannabis, you need to take certain precautions. Don't tell anyone, keep it quiet, keep it secret. Another big giveaway for grow rooms is smell, because it's a very pungent plant, especially in flower. It's a very distinctive smell, which is why we sell in the shop carbon filters, so that the smell is removed from the air, which is exhausted outside into the atmosphere. These lights generate high temperatures, but we counter that by having a reflective substance, and we insulate loft roofs so that if a thermal camera goes over it, they can't detect it. So it's just about secrecy and just taking common sense precautions to protect the room and people's investments, and also to stop them getting a criminal record as well.
So when he publicises that, you know, his real motivation is helping sick people, how do you feel about that?
Well, he's exploiting sick people just as he's exploiting the general vulnerability of a deprived ward. You know, he will exploit anyone or anything that he thinks will bring him nearer his goal, which he keeps stating in the long run is to have a Dutch-style cannabis cafe. He's not going to get it here. He's in the wrong place.
Unknown to Colin Jones, Jeff is just about to open his Dutch-style cannabis cafe. He's bought the property right next door to his shop. It's a risky venture. 5 cannabis cafes have opened in the UK recently. All 5 have been shut down. But Jeff is looking to run his cafe a little differently.
This will be the public area of the coffee shop. There'll be a counter there, you'll be able to buy good quality coffee, lattes, espressos, a choice of blends of coffee. This area is open to the public, so anyone can come in this side. Through this door here, this will be entrance to the private members club, which will be controlled by an electronic lock. If a customer produces a valid ID card, he presses the button, lets them in.
Why not keep it all public?
Because I don't want it to be public. It's my shop, I do it the way I want. No, I mean, realistically speaking, I would like it all to be open and public as it is in Holland. It can't be here.
Jeff has given his girlfriend Sam the job of running the public side of the coffee shop. Friends for years, she couldn't understand how the old Jeff suddenly became a philanthropist.
Well, I knew you as a businessman.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Not
knew,
someone who just
you knew me when I
nothing.
didn't give a shit about anyone else and just thought about myself, yeah, to be fair.
So it took me about a year, didn't it, to get it?
Yeah.
Why are you doing
Was that
this?
what Jeff was really like when he
Yeah.
was in the haulage business?
Yes.
He was quite a selfish kind of character.
You were.
I'm not saying I wasn't.
You just pulled the face.
Yeah, well, don't criticise me, I'm nice.
No, it was.
Was he a tough businessman?
Very.
Not at all. It's far too soft.
You were not. You were very tough.
No, I wasn't.